Key bodies involved in work health and safety: SafeWork Australia, SafeWork New South Wales, local councils, unions and professional associations. So here is Australia, and essentially we need to talk about the breakdown of these different key bodies and how they relate to levels of authority in relation to managing work health and safety on a national level and then getting smaller within regions. So the following groups are involved with this management of work health and safety at different levels, and then also a few of them are within different contexts as well. So, the largest governing body is that of SafeWork Australia, which is a national body responsible for work health and safety throughout all states and territories that helps to support the legislative requirements related to work health and safety within each of the state departments, okay, of the SafeWork Australia Council. So, essentially, there are different councils within each of the different states, one for New South Wales, one for Victoria, Queensland, okay, and that's what we need to understand. Now, with our specific course that we're looking at, we only really know one of them really well, and that state department is that of SafeWork New South Wales, which is the New South Wales branch of the SafeWork Australia Council. They are really the first external point of call for matters in relation to WHS for businesses in New South Wales. So, if there is a concerning issue, a health and safety representative might contact Safe Work New South Wales if they're within New South Wales region, okay, and ask them for support in how to deal with the matter. It also might be that PCBU is not complying with WHS and they're reporting them and they need Safe Work New South Wales help in enforcing the actual legislation that governs New South Wales, the Work Health and Safety Act 2011. All right, so Safe New South Work New South Wales, they're that first external point of call for either guidance or support or just general information. Now, that is covering all of New South Wales, but then also if we take it even smaller in a geographical context, we also have local councils, okay, and they're the groups of government responsible for each of the different districts within a state. In New South Wales, there's councils for separate local government areas such as the Bayside, Georges River, Liverpool, and many more. Okay, there are many subsects, okay, of the geographical landscape within New South Wales. And basically, all these different bodies of local council government are elected and voted in by their electorate, the people who live within those areas. Okay, they also have powers to enforce legislative requirements within their jurisdiction. Okay, so they can be reported to, okay, or asked for assistance in managing health and safety. Okay, and often because these businesses might exist within their geographical location, okay, they may need support if there is an issue that might come from an external source, okay, so such as sewage concern or pollution in the air. Okay, or just the getting rid of waste. Okay, local councils may need to be contacted for support on those external matters as the business exists within that specific geographical location. Now, going away from geographical bodies, we're now going to look at the next key body, which is that of unions. Now, unions are organizations of workers, okay, which protect the common interests and help improve the working conditions of workers within a specific industry or organization. Okay, these groups are likely to be the first point of call of general workers. Whereas SafeWork might be contacted by a health and safety representative or a PCBU, the average worker, if they've got a concern or a gripe with their workplace, they're likely going to contact their union because that's what they pay their unions for. They pay their union memberships in order to support them. Now, the context of this unit is that of safety. So if a whole bunch of workers aren't feeling safe in their workplace and they don't feel like they're getting anywhere, they're probably going to contact their union for support, which can lead to results in industrial action, okay, if it is seen widespread within a specific company. The final group we're going to look at is that of professional associations. These are groups set up by members within an industry for the purpose of sharing information amongst professionals independent of their organization. Okay, so it's a way of sharing information across industries, not really mattering who you work for within that industry. Joining a professional organization is an excellent way of keeping up to date with what's going on in your industry. And within the context of work health and safety, there is information constantly being updated, okay, which means policies need to be updated. And you need to be in the know to ensure that you are following those requirements in order to ensure that you don't get in trouble with that legislation or that you are ensuring that your workers are staying safe. And really, that's what it's all about, making sure the workers within an organization are safe. So we need to be up to date with our information. So I hope this video has given you understanding of the different key bodies in relation to work health and safety and how they can be dispersed at different geographical levels or be contacted by different members of an organization for different purposes.